Hi, this is Grace from the Kalamazoo Bach Festival again. I'm here with Paul, one of our wonderful and richly sounding basses. Hello, Paul. How are you today?
Hello, Grace. I'm fine.
Excellent. So, first of all, I'd like to say I'm really excited that we had a chance to do the Love Is together, and we actually got to see each other and sing in the church when we did those few songs for our Love Is performance we just had. That was kind of nice to
Oh,
actually.
yeah, very nice. I enjoyed that very much.
I loved it. It was kind of nice. It's like it almost felt like real choir again, and where we could just be silly. And it's like I was almost being too goofy, and I know Chris was getting annoyed because I was just like so happy to see my people. So tell me a little about yourself. How did you get started with Kalamazoo Bach Festival? You know, what year? Who influenced you? How did you hear about it, and so forth?
Well, I'll go back to when I first came to Kalamazoo in 1990. I first auditioned. I didn't know anybody. I wanted to find a place to sing.
Mm-hmm.
I auditioned for a new group that was forming called the Kalamazoo Chamber Choir.
Mm-hmm.
And I got into that, and I met some people that I still know, some singers that I still know then, Tommy Mayle and Joe Schreck from way back then.
Yeah.
And that went for a few years. And then the director left, and she had a successor, and it faded a little bit. And I started to look around for something else. I got to know the community a little better.
Yeah.
And I actually auditioned for Peter Hopkins when he was doing Bach Festival, and sang with him.
I don't think I've ever heard that name.
It's right before Jim Turner.
Before Jim? Okay.
And Jim Turner, of course, was a long time.
Right.
So it goes way back. We're still going back. We're going back to like 1995 or 96. Okay. And I did one season with Bach Festival then.
Mm-hmm.
But then he left, and Jim Turner came, and I tried something else. I went back. I think the chamber choir got going again, the smaller group.
Yeah.
And I went back to that. So it was just a brief. I had a little brief interval with the Bach Festival.
Yeah.
And didn't return to it maybe another 5 years later. So really since 2004 or 2005, has been steady with the Bach Festival.
Nice.
And it was just because I was looking around for some place to sing, some group to sing with. And I caught on with the Bach Festival, and it was really great. And it's what I wanted. And I stayed with it.
And have you always sung since you were young, or when did you start singing?
I come from a fairly musical family. My father was my initial biggest influence. He was a dedicated shower singer. Incredible. And
that's awesome. You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, and similar to my voice range, of course, as I matured, but it was perfectly normal for him every Sunday to be singing in the church choir. Okay. And I think as early as 7th or 8th grade, I joined him up there in the choir loft in our small Catholic church in South St. Louis.
That's
and
nice.
So I always enjoyed that. Never had much of any formal training, but just sang with different directors, different groups, most church choirs.
You're from St. Louis? Is that what you said? You came
St.
from
Louis was my hometown.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And just always enjoyed it. It's a nice balance with being a physicist.
That's
a lot of. There's a good tradition of scientists and
well, math. I mean, music is math, right? So it makes sense when you have that mathematical mindset. I love math myself. I mean, I love teaching math, and it's part of my teaching job. And I just find music makes sense because you're counting. It's all about time and counting and such. So
there's definitely some of that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very cool. And so, what would you say are some of your favorite pieces you've done over the years? And there's probably a lot of them, but what are some of the more memorable ones?
Well, there have been definitely a lot of great experiences I've had with the music. My preference tends to be toward the bigger pieces, the big orchestra, massive forces when we've had the opportunity to join with, bring in more people from the community or join with other groups and sing with full orchestra.
Yeah.
That's what I've enjoyed. And sort of related to that, some of my best experiences, most memorable experiences in Bach, as you may recall, were when Jim Turner hired my sister to join as a soloist.
Fun. She's so beautiful.
And we were able to do that. So that was two big orchestra works with the symphony. I think it was Kalamazoo Symphony both times. Mm-hmm. It was first the Mozart Requiem, which is a beautiful piece. Yes. And then she came back in 2017, I think, for the B minor, Bach B minor. Yeah. Which very much a piece I love very much. Yeah. And I've gotten to do it a couple of times. Yeah. And the first time my mom came up, and that was a great memory, a great time. And
that's fantastic.
A wonderful opportunity.
Yeah. Is there anything else? Did you enjoy from this last performance for Love Is? What would you say is one of the pieces you found fun to do that you got to sing?
Oh, I think my favorite, I only contributed to 4 this last time. Mm-hmm. I think that Sure on the Shining Night would have been my favorite of those.
That is a pretty piece. It's challenging at times because there's a lot of sustaining, but it's still very beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the one I think that hit me the deepest. But of course, I love the sort of the bluegrass one we did.
The circle? Will the circle?
Yeah, Circle Be Unbroken. That
was fun. That was fun to sing live too. It was just kind of like, oh, you can actually get into it and you get to get your emotions in there when you're singing it.
Yeah, I've appreciated Chris coming and the way he does things, and he's given me the opportunity to stretch a little bit in doing pieces in smaller ensemble where there's less of a place to hide.
Right. We have a great voice too. I mean, I can always hear you. I love that. It's very notable, and it's very rich. And for me, I love male voices, especially the basses, because you just have that booming sound, and that's where you're always listening for as other parts of the choir, because you want to make sure that if that bass line's not there, then it's hard to follow along.
Yeah, so I owe a lot to Jim Turner for developing that in me. I think that I've made a lot of progress in the time I've been here as a singer. I think I've learned the resonance techniques, and I think that mostly happened in the Jim Turner era.
That's good. I mean, it makes a difference when you have a director and conductor that helps you develop who you want to be and how you want to sound. Well, plus it's also as you grow, you learn more about how to use your voice correctly. It's not always the best in your 20s. It seems like as you get older, it becomes more resonant and more rich, and as you continue to use it, if you continue to use it, not everyone does.
Yeah, well, I think that's definitely true. And you have to take care of yourself too, of course.
Of course, most definitely. Yeah. I have to say, you're also very animated. I love watching you sing because you are animated, and not everyone is. And so it's exciting.
I have to tone it down sometimes. I have to be a little careful.
I totally understand, because I feel like that sometimes too. Like I get so excited, I'm like, do I look goofy because I'm making a lot of faces when I sing?
It seems like they're always putting me in a different place. I never know if they're putting me in the back to hide me, or if they want to see it in the front. Yeah, it's confusing. I don't know, but I just go with it. I can't help myself half the time.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's what it should be. Like we always talk about, as a singer, you want to have expression. You don't want to just look like you're just looking at your folder and just bolt out of your skull, especially when we're singing things like "Will the Circle Be Unbroken" or anything that's fun and upbeat. And even when it's a slower song, you still want it to sound beautiful. And if you look like you're not having fun, then it's going to sound like that. You're just going to lose that tone in your voice.
Yeah, I'm almost always having fun by the time we have a performance. So
I know, who isn't. It's just it is so much fun.
I can't hide it very well.
Now, have you ever played any instruments, or you just sing? Not that this
just
band,
sing. No, okay. The instrumental part is just a mystery to me. I don't know how anybody does it. I mean, my brother Pete is also a musician, and he's like a jack of all trades. Like any instrument he can
pick it up and
yeah, he's just amazing. But in grade school, they gave me the opportunity to try a few things, and
you're like, what's this?
Like you have to do different things with your two hands at the same time. I cannot understand. I don't understand how it's impossible to do.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I have no ability on the instruments.
You're like, I'm good with this instrument, then that's enough. Yeah.
That's about it for me too. Yeah.
I did play viola for 10 years from like probably like third grade all the way to like, I think 11th grade. I think I quit finally because it was just, I didn't feel like I was progressing. I didn't take lessons, and I really loved singing more than I loved playing. And for me, I didn't feel like my fingers were fast enough when I played. So it was just like, I loved it. I mean, I learned a lot about being a musician through playing viola and singing at the same time, but I was also reading different clefs. So that was also confusing. When I started reading music in choir, I'm like, wait, it's what? This, but I've been learning this one. Now I'm in alto clef. Now I'm in treble clef. What's going on? It's like, why can't we just put it on treble clef? Why do we have to change clefs? I mean, I understand why it's done, but it's just, as a kid, you're like, this is goofy.
My brother Pete is not that much younger than I am.
Yeah.
The guy who's the good musician now, and I had to take him to piano lessons. I walked him to piano lessons all the time, and it seems like for a couple of years anyway. But I just read dinosaur books while I was sitting there.
That's awesome.
Didn't pay any attention.
Can I ask you? You said so. No, I know you're a physics professor. What area of physics did you study?
I specialized in nuclear physics, and I was an experimentalist rather than a theorist.
Okay.
There's sort of a big division in physics between the experimentalists and the theory people. Yeah. And so I was able to, I'm much more of a hands-on person.
Makes sense.
And I was able to do some pretty interesting nuclear physics experiments on particle accelerators down in Bloomington, Indiana, and Los Alamos, New Mexico.
That's fun.
Before I became an administrator.
Yeah. Not that you don't love it. Oh, that's fantastic. So
but I also like to be general as much as possible in the sciences, and so I love astronomy as well. And
that was one of my favorite classes in college. I loved astronomy, loved it. Science fascinates me, just space fascinates me. And there's so much happening with it right now. I mean, they're trying to, can we get to Mars? What's going to happen? We're now at Mars, and it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing? What have you been doing this past year to keep yourself busy? Well, I know you're working. You're doing a lot of teaching from home at first. But.
Yeah, it's been a challenge running the physics department here at Western Michigan University by remote control, keeping things together. I did have to assign myself teaching duties. I do continue to teach. And I'm getting old, so I'm not that good at this online teaching stuff. It takes
You're not that old, whatever. It's
a lot of work. Hey, you may see me retire in the next few years.
Really? Yeah. You're excited about it? You're like, I'm done. You gotta enjoy life. I mean, you seem to enjoy it anyway, even though you work, but get out there and have some fun.
Yeah. So work has taken a lot of time, but besides that, the singing, and also I'm very involved in trying to promote electric vehicles, vehicle adoption, and so some of that has been sidelined because of the coronavirus, but we still try. We're still trying to keep some things going, and working with the utility company with some programs, and we have a local group of enthusiasts that do things. We were able to do an event last fall when we had kind of a lull. And, we're hoping to get things rolling again maybe this summer with some more events. I
hope so. It's fun. I know we enjoy going to it. My husband and my one son that loves it love coming to those events. I'd like to get an electric car next. I mean, I do have a hybrid, so that helps, but I would love to get all electric eventually once they become some of them become a little more affordable. Because that's what we need.
Yep.
Because we can't rely on gas. Just can't. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Do you have any other things you'd like to comment about choir or anything like that? Or
no, keep up the good work there in the Bach office. Keep us going.
Definitely.
And
doing our best. I'm hoping.
You're
going to hear soon about what we're going to be doing in June.
I heard you spill the beans with,
with Tim. I forgot about that. I talked about the choir requiem.
But
totally forgot about that.
But I also had already asked around, and
really
Rick Van Enck found out for me.
Foray, so beautiful.
Is that a go? Do we know?
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a go, definitely. So
okay.
I hope we'll be getting an email out this week about it. And
it could be tricky to put together.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think
that's more. That's like I said, more the kind of piece I really enjoy.
Oh, I love. It's one of my favorite requiems. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous.
Very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, oh, me too. I'm really excited. I've only sung it once previously, so I know I'll be able to familiarize myself with it quickly. But still, it's just like, I'm so excited. That's like as a choir member, you're like, yes, let's sing this stuff.
Yep, I'm not teaching summer one, so I should have a good.
Yes, good. I mean, not that you're not teaching, but that's
devote some time to it.
A little free time to work on it. Yeah, yep. Excellent. Well, thank you for talking with me today. I appreciate it. It's been great to see your face, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Maybe if we do an outdoor performance of some sort, it would be great.
Very good.
Yeah, enjoy your day, and thank you for taking time. I appreciate it.
Back to work.
Thanks, Paul. Take care. Bye.